Hi everyone, this is the second video now on mass density volume questions. So I'm going to use the same formula triangle as last time, so where we've got the McDonald's at the top, and then the other two, remember, doesn't matter where they go. So for this one, we are given that the mass is 360. It tells us that the cross-sectional area is 5 meters squared. Now the cross-section is the shape on the front, so the shape on the front is this weird kind of eye shape, as in the letter I, not an actual eye. And we know that the area of the eye is 5 meters squared. And it also tells us the length here is 6, and then we're trying to work out the density. So to work out density, if that's what we know we're trying to calculate, we cover up the D and we've got to do mass divided by volume. Now the mass we know is 360 grams, so that's nice and easy. Now the volume, we haven't actually been given a volume, so be really careful here not to use your 5. That's not the volume, that's just the area of the shape on the front. So this is also a chance to revise volume now of shapes. So if you have a prism, which just means it's the same shape going all the way through, the volume of the prism is the area of the front times by how far it goes back. So if I just write that down, so volume of prism is area of front, or cross section if you want to be mathematically correct, times by the length. So to work out the volume of this one, if I know that the area of this is 5, I just need to times that by 6. So 5 times 6 is 30. So I now know that the volume, it's not centimetres, it's meters, isn't it? Meters cubed. I now know that the volume is 30 meters cubed. So we now know that that is 30. Just a quick check that the units match up. So we want this in kilograms per meters cubed. Well, the mass is in kilograms and the volume is in meters cubed. So that's all fine. So we can just do the division now. So to work out the density, mass divided by volume. So it'd be 360 divided by 30, which is just 12. And the units are given to you here anyway. So kilograms per meters cubed. Okay, the next one then, so all of these questions now are the same kind of thing, it's just working out volumes of the prism first basically. So for this one, again, it's working out the density. So to work out density, we've got to do mass divided by volume. So again, looking at the information here, well, we know that the mass is 840, and that's in grams. And again, we need to work out the volume of this cuboid, so it brings in volume of a cuboid. So a cuboid is a prism, so we just need to do the same method as that one, in that we want the area of the front times by how far it goes back. So the area of the front is just 4 times 2, which is 8. So then we times that by 15. So for a cuboid, you can just learn it that you're timesing those 3 measurements together. So 8 times 15, which I should really know, but I'm going to cheat. So 8 times 15 is 120 centimetres cubed. So I now know that's 120 centimetres cubed. So before we do that division, let's just check the units. So we want it in grams per centimetres cubed. So that's in grams, that's in centimetres cubed, so that's all good. So we now just need to do the division. So make sure we start on the mass. So it would be 840 divided by 120, which is 7. I really should have known that calculator. So grams per centimetre cubed. Right, so the next two questions, very similar, just slightly different shapes to work out the volume of. So like this is really more about revising volumes today rather than anything else, but it's quite nice to bring in volumes as well to revise that topic. So again, we're working out a density, so it's going to be the same triangle, McDonald's, dB. So to calculate the density, mass divided by volume, we've got the mass, 560, but again we need the volume. So area of the front, well, it's a triangle, isn't it? So remember, if we know the perpendicular height where it makes a right angle, we don't need to use the half AB sine C, we can just use, although you can do, but a lot of you would just probably prefer to do half the base times the height, or the base times the height divided by 2, whichever way you like to do it really. So if you do half the base times the height, half the base, it would be 2 times 7 is 14. So that would be the area of the triangle, or you could do 4 times 7 and then half it. So that will give you still the area of 14. And then we times that by how far that triangle goes back, which is 8. So 14 times 8 which is 112, I think. I'm going to check that though. I hate mental arithmetic. So 14 times 8, 112. Look at that. So that is the volume of the prism. So now we can put that here. So that's 112 centimetres cubed. Check your units, grams, centimetres cubed. So that's all fine. So now do the division. So 560 divided by 112 is 5. So it'd be grams per centimetres cubed. And final one then, so again, it's more about knowing how to work out the volume of a cylinder for this one. So it's going to be the same, we're still working out a density. So we want the mass divided by volume. The mass is 900. And that's kilograms. I will just put that in so that we can check that in a minute. And the volume, so this time we've got a circle on the end. So we need to do the area of the circle, and area of a circle is pi times the radius squared. So we do pi times 4 squared, and then we times that by 10. Now that's going to give us a really horrible number. So I'm just going to keep it like that for now and just write that here. So it would be pi times 4 squared times 10. If you work it out and round it, you're going to lose a little bit of accuracy in your answer, and if that's in an exam, you drop a mark. So I would say just leave it like that. And that's going to be in meters cubed, isn't it? Because those measurements there are in meters. So before we do the division, kilograms, kilograms, meters cubed, they're all fine, they're the same. So now we would just type that in on our calculator and do the division. So 900 divided by pi times 4 squared times by 10. So now I can round. Now it's to 1 decimal place, so if I just show you my answer. So 1 decimal place means 1 digit after the point, so it would be 1.7, but then we check the one after it. If it's 5 or more, we're going to round it up, so it's going to go up to 8, so it would be 1.8 kilograms per meter cubed to 1 decimal place.